Hello folks, and welcome to my channel, Books and Fantastical Wigs. If you're new, my name is Shri, and today's video is going to be a super quick September and October reading wrap-up. Accompanying our short book chat today is this Coastal Cottage scented haunted book club candle that I hand-poured myself. And yes, I know Halloween is over, but I'm probably going to continue using this one because it is the one I most enjoy right now. If you are interested in bringing some bookish coziness to your own space or bookstore, you can find those links in the description box below. I'm new to BookTube, so this is a fair warning that I do not read a ton of books each month, nor do I ever plan to on top of my full-time job, small candle business, family, and making videos. I read a total of 6 books over the past 2 months, and that's because I found 4 audiobooks for which I could actually handle the narration and be engaged. Anyways, let's dive right in. Hero of Ages by Brandon Sanderson. So this is the 3rd book in Sanderson's Mistborn Era 1 trilogy and picks up after Elend has started hardening into his role as the Emperor, and after Vin freed this dark force called Ruin at the end of the Well of Ascension. The resistance and war are a thing of the recent past, while in book 3, Vin and her friends now have to make more tough decisions to try and save the world from ruin. In this book, I actually really liked the middle parts of the book more and was slightly less hooked into the ending compared to the previous books. Spook's side story definitely sparked more interest for me than expected, and his lines about how using the same words in different contexts can change the meaning entirely really just made me think of several real-world examples. I could make a whole video or deep dive of this book if I wanted to, honestly. I personally loved this world, and the Hero of Ages left me feeling bittersweet with how it ended, though I don't want to spoil the ending. It truly did culminate an era quite abruptly on Scadrial, and knowing that Mistborn Era 2 is set, I believe, 300 years later, it's sad to know most of these characters will not come up again. I hope to find how the history of Era 1 has influenced the story, or even minor details in Era 2, and also to see if the relationships between species such as humans and Kandra have changed 300 years later. The Ex-Girlfriend Murder Club by Gloria Chao. This is about 3 women who find out that they were with the same man. I kid you not, the main character finds out that he cheated in the first place because she walks in on a proposal that she thought was hers. The 3 women team up and eventually fantasize about getting revenge, so they go to their ex's apartment and start doing things that range from leaving mice there and swishing out his toothpaste to slightly grosser revenge pranks. Before they finish with their fun, they stumble upon his body laying in the closet. Best of all, they've just put all of their DNA over his room and become suspects in the murder. And the only way to get out of this mess is to solve the murder themselves, since the cops are closing in on them through their own investigation. I will admit there are some holes I didn't understand. Why worry about DNA if he was bound to have at least a few of his girlfriends over at his place? Could they not pretend that they don't know he was cheating, therefore giving them motive? I'm not sure. Or maybe the cops would get a hold of their phones anyways, although I'm not sure how they would do that without a warrant, or I don't know. Either way, it was a nice casual listen. Next is the House Witch Trilogy by Delemhach. I got through the House Witch Trilogy by listening on Hoopla, and I absolutely loved it. The main protagonist is a male house witch that comes to cook for the royal family and those in the castle while protecting and building a warm community. If you're looking for a cute fantasy with a fairly healthy growing relationship, found family, character development that's driven by a wide range of characters saving each other rather than just the main protagonist coming to everyone's rescue, something with overall cozy vibes but some heavy events, don't mind a slower or relaxed pacing, and a fluffy thunderous cat familiar, I think you will love this trilogy. This trilogy is a lot more character driven than it is plot driven in my opinion, and I didn't realize how much I would love that. Honestly, I have nothing but love for this trilogy, and I can't wait to read the Burning Witch trilogy too. I'm not sure if it reads the same way via physical book rather than an audiobook, since those experiences are very different for me, but I guess I'll find out in the future. Lastly, culminating the spooky season, I read A Sorceress Comes to Call by Kingfisher. So I made another video on this as well, but in A Sorceress Comes to Call, a 14-year-old girl named Cordelia works with a middle-aged woman and that woman's friends to take down Cordelia's sorceress of a mother. Yes, the sorceress not only kills people for her advantage, but is also an abusive mother that punishes Cordelia using what she calls obedience. This is when the mother exerts complete control over someone's body so that they're no longer in control of their own. She can do this for days or weeks on end, it seems. I can only imagine it's probably like being in sleep paralysis the entire time it's going on, which is terrifying to say the least. She uses this regularly on Cordelia since Cordelia was a baby from my understanding, and the sorceress also has used obedience to control someone's body into murdering other people for her. The end was just okay for me because I wanted more from the book, but I do not want to spoil it. If you want to know my thoughts on the ending, you can watch my reading vlog on this book. So far, out of the few T. Kingfisher's books that I have read though, A Wizard's Guide to Defensive Baking is my favorite. It's also one of the first few books I read after my reading gap, so that might have had an influence on my opinion on it. It might have just found me at the right time. With that, thank you so much if you stayed until the end. See you next time, folks.